Outdoors Ohio. It is January 1st, 2024. So I want to take time and tell everybody Happy New Year, and hopefully everybody's 2024 will be a good one. So we are taking today as an opportunity to head out to the farm. We've actually been out to the farm the last 2 days in a row. Been working at the arch plot. We're going to do something a little different. I'll talk about it when we get there. But we've been trimming out some saplings and trees a little bit, and we got a spot picked out for another tree stand. But we'll talk about it a little more in depth when we get there. But it is a rainy, slushy snow thing falling. It's 32 degrees right on the dot. The farther south I go here on the freeway, the rain's turning more into snow. But otherwise, I have nothing going on today, so we're going to do some work at the farm, and we'll see how it goes. So hopefully you guys stick with us. We're going to try and get all this stuff done as quick as possible. And like I said, I'll explain more in detail what we're doing when we get there, but this way you'll have a better understanding. But we want to get it done before perch and crappie season rolls in and turkey season. So stick with us. We'll get back to you in the woods. We're back here. So here's my master plan, if you want to call it that. All right, what's going on is we've had minimal success back here at this arch plot with the plot coming up due to the lack of sunlight that we're getting. So we have been back here drastically cutting out saplings and trees, and the last 2 days we've gotten a lot done, knocking them down. This is south, by the way. So we've drastically done that. All right. This is what's left food plot, which is pretty much it's pretty much just ryegrass. Okay. It's pretty much just ryegrass. So I've been doing some research, and what I think I'm going to do this year is I'm going to go in here with a clover chicory mix, because you can plant that in the spring. So my plan is to get in here late March, early April, and plant chicory and clover, because it will germinate at that point. However, what's nice is you don't have the foliage on the trees yet, so it's going to get plenty of sunlight to get not only germinated but established before there's cover on the trees. So that's good, but we're trying our best to open things up. Now, I did again bring the Sawzall and some batteries. I brought my handsaw, which I took a lot of trees out of here yesterday with my handsaw, which is good. But we're going to continue to keep working on this. Next weekend, we're going to come out here and take some more down, but we're going to rake this and lime it so it's ready to go. And then, like I said, I'll come in here in late March, well, probably early March, and spray this. Since it is a perennial ryegrass, it'll grow, so we want to spray it and kill it off. But then we'll come in here late March, early April, and plant it with a clover chicory mix. So that is the plan. But like I said, we are slowly making progress. So hopefully, and we'll video some of it today. I'm not going to get too carried away with this rain, snow crap falling from the sky, but just want to give you an idea of what we're going to try to do, because ultimately, guys, you do need sunlight. There's so many things, those throw and grows and all that, which is some of this is, and it'll germinate, but it's going to be grass, it'll be smaller clover, stuff like that will germinate in low light conditions, really low light conditions. But ultimately, if you want a good forage and something to establish well, you do need sunlight. So that is what we're trying to do. And that, like I said, with my channel here, I'm trying to teach. So ultimately, I've done a lot of successful food plots. The north food plot was very successful. Again, we killed our last doe on it, but that has plenty of sunlight. You have to get the sunlight regardless. And then again, you know, these wooded timbers, these kill plots, you do have to lime the heck out of them. These soils are acidic. So even if you're shortcutting, you don't do a soil sample, get plenty of lime on it. We're going to bring 80 pounds of lime here next weekend and lime the heck out of this. But you do need to get lime in the soil, and then the proper fertilizer. So For clover and chicory, you want low nitrogen because it puts off its own nitrogen. So we'll probably use 624-24 because that's what's available to us at our feed store. But that's a low nitrogen, and the rest is potassium and phosphorus. So you got to get those low nitrogen fertilizers. So we'll make sure all that's ready. But we're going to continue working on this. We'll video a little bit as we go. So just kind of wanted to walk you through what we were doing, and we'll get back to you. All right, welcome back, everybody. Well, I hate saying it, but we're done. I'm out of batteries, and I just broke my handsaw. So I took down a nice tree over here on the side, but it broke as soon as it hit the ground. But, excuse me, we opened up a huge hole right up there, and kind of up there. It's hard to see, but we took out there, and this is the side of the plot that needed some help. So we'll definitely be back out here next weekend, take some more down, and we're gonna rake and lime and get this thing ready. Like I said, we're gonna go with a clover chicory mix, and we're gonna plant it at the end of March, early April, so that there's no foliage on the trees, and we can continue to keep knocking trees down and let more light in here. So we've done a lot. I mean, one more panorama. I mean, we have done a lot. And that over there is west, and that's what James and I knocked out last fall. So, but we got a lot done. But guys, when you're putting in these food plots, and I've done plenty, believe me, I've done plenty. When you do these hidey hole food plots, or these ones in the woods, these backwoods plots, they gotta get some light. I know all these companies that they're gonna say they're gonna grow in minimal light. They will if they have ryegrass in them, or certain clovers. They will grow in the shade. But if you're looking for anything other than ryegrass, and I'm telling you, deer do not eat ryegrass. So, I mean, you got to get some light. So whatever you can do, and then make sure you're doing your soil samples. If you don't, and you're doing, you know, again, backwoods type food plots, make sure you're getting plenty of lime in the soil 3 to 6 months before you're planting, because you really want that stuff to activate the soil, and it takes time. Now, we've limed this plot twice now in the last year, and again, we're going to lime it here next weekend, and then we're going to plant at the end of March, early April. So, but that's the plan. Now, we did pick out another tree for another tree stand to hunt south winds. That tree right there with the leaves on it. We already cleaned out a path. Woo! Already cleaned out a path and clean that out so we can get a stand here. Maybe next weekend we'll put a stand up over there. So that's the plan. But we've done a lot, and we're doing our best to get, you know, a good established plot in here for the fall. And like I said, this is going to be kind of what we're trying to get worked on and done. I like to get all my deer stuff done early, so we're not busting deer in the summer or the fall. I think that's huge, to be honest. So that's what we try to do. And obviously we'll start perch fishing in February, end of February, March, and crappie fishing. So I'm not going to want to be out here playing around doing this stuff. I mean, now we're going to have to plant, but that's okay. We'll have a good food plot in here for the fall. So we're definitely going to do that. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Please subscribe, and everybody have a happy new year. We'll catch up with you. See you on the next adventure. Golly, look how far my truck is out there. I'm getting too old to be walking this far. Happy New Year.